We've given you our men's predictions. Now it's on to the women. And we've got Iga Swiatek, the number 5 seed in the draw. But will she make it? Roland Garros title number 5 come the end of the tournament. We got Sabalenka, the best player in the world, Coco Gauff looking good, and Jasmine Paolini, the Rome champion. How will she get on?
That's right, Ben. Here we go for the women's draw. We've done our reaction already. We've spoken about the nightmare draw for Iga and the possible matchup with Ostapenko early doors. Now we get to see, are you going to be going Ostapenko? Are you going to be going Iga? Are you going to have that match at all? We're going to find out very soon. If you want to, make sure to play along at home and get in your predictions for this women's bracket. It's been a tournament dominated by Iga over the years. Let's be honest. The last 3 years, she's won all 3 of them. She lost in 2021, Krejcikova, the surprise package, winning that Grand Slam. We know Barbara can do that every now and then. Do we think she can do anything this year? Only time will tell, because she's been pretty awful, or not played much, to be fair to her. Since, Wimbledon last year, where she was quite good. And Paolini got to the final here last year. She's been the best player these last few weeks. She's won Rome. You've got to consider her as a real contender. The bookmakers have Sabalenka as the favourite, Iga second favourite, Coco third, Andreeva fourth, and then there's a big gap. And then in 5th is Jasmine Paolini at 17s, which is quite crazy, I think.
Yeah, a bit disrespectful, I think, considering she's just coming off the back of a Rome Masters victory and in the best form of her career. She only dropped 1 set in that whole Rome tournament, and that was to Diana Schneider. So to be able to do that, beat Coco Gauff in straight sets, Stearns, Ostapenko, Jabeur. She's beaten some great players on the way to victory. So I think that's a bit harsh, and I think that's fantastic odds. If you're looking to take anything away from that, would be back Jasmine Paolini, surely, because she's the one who's in form coming into this tournament. And it's happened before. Iga's managed to win Rome and Roland Garros back-to-back. Why can't Paolini do it?
Exactly that. Let's get into the bracket and do our picks. All of the qualifiers have been placed. It's kicking off officially tomorrow, 11 hours from when we're filming. Yeah. So I'm going to be up tomorrow watching day 1. We'll be bringing you a podcast when play has finished. So most likely later on in the evening, every single day of the tournament. So please join us for them videos. Give us a like on them videos. Give us your messages. Because it would be great to have a bit of buzz around Roland Garros, and also some suggestions of what kind of content you want to see from us. I know we've moved away from the live format, but let us know what kind of stuff you want. Maybe we can do the odd live here and there.
Yeah, for sure. This is more exciting, I would say, than the men's bracket. Obviously, there are 2 hot favourites in the men's draw, Alcaraz and Sinner. In this one, it's wide open. We don't know who we're even going to be picking to win this when we start this bracket. But as we go through, it will become apparent, and we're going to have to make some big calls on big matches. I'm ready to get started. Are you?
Yeah, and it's crazy because our viewers, so you guys, have been watching more of our women's Roland Garros content than the men so far. So I'm fascinated to see how this video does. And if everyone is really on board with the women's Roland Garros a lot more than the men's. And that would be the first time that's ever happened on the channel. We've seen it, I think, maybe with the US Open a few times, especially when we had Raducanu and later Fernandez get into that final. Wimbledon, we've seen a bit of buzz here and there, but never at Roland Garros. Roland Garros is usually on our channel dominated by the men's, dominated by Rafael Nadal, quite frankly. And it's a bit of a changing of the tides. So quite something to make note of. Of course, it could be completely just coincidence with our videos so far. But I'm fascinated to see what happens, and something for you guys to consider. I'm sure you find that interesting.
Exactly, yeah. I think it's the fact that it's so open and everybody's interested because Iga is always the favourite. Yet this year, she doesn't seem to be coming in, and it makes the tournament a lot more interesting for just the neutral fan. There doesn't just seem like it's going to be a clean sweep by Iga this time. Let's get going. There's a lot of round one matches to go through. Sabalenka versus Rakhimova first up, and I think a nice easy win for Saba to get herself started in this one. Then we've got
Then I'm going to go for the Italian, Stefanini. I'll have
Same.
Collins beating Burridge.
Yep.
Someone in the comments said Danilovic is playing well, and we sort of brushed past her. She is, but I'm still going Fernandez.
Danilovic, she's just, well, I say she's just been playing in Rome. She lost to Kim Win-jung 6-1, 6-4. So I don't know how much we can really read into it. She had a good, I think it was a tournament in France, Rouen. I think she got to the final against Svitolina. So that's probably what they're referring to. I still think Fernandez
And she
will be
ruined it in the final.
That's it. Good. I like that. We've got Fernandez, I think, will be too strong still. I'm going to go Clara Towson to knock out Magda Linette. I'll have Osorio Solano knocking out Roos. I'll have.
Then I'm going to have Golubik.
Just for the old guard.
Anisimova might be dating Travis Scott. Not sure if that's real, or was it Travis Scott or some rapper?
Oh, really?
I'm having Stojanovic.
Okay, interesting. I'll go Anisimova just because she's dating them. That you're not going to go for Schneider to knock out the qualifier. Who's the qualifier here?
Ukrainian Anastasia Soblieva. Never heard of her, but I'm having Snyder. I'm going to go Yastremska.
Yeah.
Gormaz, the Spanish lady. She's quite good. Samsonova. Peyton Stearns is playing really well. But Eva Lees does turn up in Grand Slams. We've seen there's a big performance in her.
Yeah, really like her. She's got good personality as well on the tour. But I think Stearns, if she's hitting the ball as clean as she did in Rome, then it'll be a real tough day at the office for Lees.
Playing well. Stearns is a good player and one who we've seen do quite well at the US Open. I'll have Mboko here. I'm going to go Iala to knock out Arango. King Wing-jung, Paolini, Tomjanovic.
No, joint for me. I'll go Korpatch, actually. She's actually been doing really well in qualifying. So
you love a joint, didn't you?
That's it. Anyway, on to the next one. That's enough about my youth. Right, we've got Noskova knocking out Potapova. That's quite a good first round matchup, that one, anyway.
Close, 3 sets. I'll have Noskova as well. I'm going to have Vekic to beat Blinkova.
Yep.
Very good odds on Vekic, just to spit out there, 1.8.
Ooh, that is pretty good. Blinkova, traditionally a bet ruiner or bracket ruiner. Garcia or Pera. I'll go Garcia in France. I have Siegemann to knock out Bondar. Then Svitolina. Rybakina just coming off the back of a win. Just won a tournament today. So well done to her. This one, Iva Jovic, my wild card for the year. I'm going to have her beating Zarazua, but I'm not.
She's got an all right draw. You're saying it's a bad draw.
Right,
I mean, my girl's got a terrible one. Polina Kudermetova.
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, for the first round, but I mean, going through and facing Rybakina is not a great draw. Minnen, Dollarhide.
I'm going Zarazua, by the way, to go against you. Just so you know.
I knew you'd do that. Well, I'm going to go Ostapenko then to go against you. Good. At least your one's going out as well then. Kostyuk Balek. I'm going to be going Kostyuk to knock out Balek. Sorry about that, Sarah.
Yeah.
Christian. I quite like her. Raducanu I'll have going through the first round as well. Iga.
I'm going to have Wang knocking out Raducanu opening round.
Oh, I can't believe you're doing that to her.
Iga, Mirandreva.
Yep.
Kruger.
I'll have Layman's here.
Garland. Don't know much about Garland.
Is this a qualifier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll go Volynets for that one. Who's playing Putin-Sava? I saw this in
Sierra.
That one, I think, is going to be an upset. I think we're going to see Sierra take out Putin-Sava. It might be 3 sets, but I've been impressed by Sierra in the qualifying. Maybe
who did she beat?
Let me just find that out for you. But I was just keeping a close eye. She beat Snigir, I believe, on one of them.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Really convincingly as well. And she hasn't dropped a set in qualifying so far. So quite good form.
I like her too. I'm going to go for Sierra too. I'll have
Kasatkina.
Kasatkina, Jean in France.
Yes.
Shout out to Jean.
Shout out, Jean.
Rusa to beat Kessler, maybe.
I'm gonna have Osaka.
Osaka Badoza. Wow.
I'm gonna have Osaka. I'm gonna go for it.
Go on then, me too.
Like it. Mukova to knock out Parks. Gonna have this one's tough, but I'm gonna go Maria Sakkari to knock out Giacomo, who's the wild card. I'll have Avanesian.
Sakkari is terrible in Grand Slams.
It's true, but I don't think it's the toughest first round matchup. So I think she might be all right here. Let's go to the next one. I've got Avanesian to knock out Kalinina. I'll go Mertens to knock out Barrera.
It's not Barrera.
Is it not Barrera? It's another one of them, is it?
Gregoire Barrera. He's on the beds.
That's what I thought when I first saw it. But
this is Lois Bourdon, wild card. French wild card.
I'm still going Mertens regardless. I think I'm gonna have to get another draw up just so I don't read out any of these weird names like Marvin Muller or whatever it was on the men's.
So we got Ons Jabeur.
I'll have her beating Freck.
Vondrauskas Selek Meteva.
Oh, didn't you quite like her?
Yeah, but I'm going on Vondrausova.
Yeah, go on then.
Carla's got Anne Lee. I'll have Carla.
Carla, yeah.
Pegula, Keys. Tadoni's really good, by the way.
Yeah.
She's good on the clay too. A young player to watch out for. I was going to pick her over to Kudermetova, but I didn't.
What about over Pegula?
No, I'm talking about at the beginning of the year.
Oh, okay.
She was one of the ones I was going to have.
Balta, will she get past the French Monet?
Maybe.
It's going to be a tough one. I'm going to go with it, though. We got Wickmeyer versus Azarenka. I'll go Azarenka. I think she can get through Wickmeyer. Kenin to beat Gocheva. Hadabmeyer to beat Baptiste. Are you going to stick on the Hadabmeyer?
No, I'm going Baptiste.
Fair enough. I think you said that in the reaction. Uchijima versus Habino. Habino was the one who knocked out Andreescu in qualifying, correct?
Yeah, I'm going Habino.
I think it's wise. She's just got through qualifying. She's definitely in some good form.
Parry, Navarro.
Yep.
Tatiana Maria to knock out Krachikova. I just don't think she's going to do anything.
Nah, past champion. She's going to have enough to take out Maria. I mean, Maria, the only one I saw play well at was Wimbledon. So, Kudermetova. Yeah.
Kocheretto.
Yeah.
Alexandrova.
Agreed.
Kalinskaya.
Agreed.
Sonne Cartel.
Tough, but yeah, I agree as well. Who is Chloe Paquette playing? Valentova. I'm going to go Valentova here. And then Coco Gauff at the bottom.
Yeah, me too.
Right, let's get back to the top. And we got Saba to beat Stefanini. Collins, I'm going to have beaten Fernandez.
Yep, I will too.
Towson to beat Osorio Serrano, but quite a close one.
Yep.
Anisimova or Kvitova. Not.
I don't have Kvitova. I've got Golubic. I'm gonna have.
If I go into one more.
Yeah, I have Golubic winning again.
Nice. I have Schneider beating Yastremska. Samsonova. She's just been to a final. I think she's in good form. Yep. I'll have Peyton Stearns going through here as well. End of the road for Ayala, Kim Wing-jung.
Fantastic matchup though, Kim Wing-jung, Ayala. One we're going to have to do a post-match on, I'm sure. Two really good players.
She's French Open junior doubles champion, remember?
Yeah, this could be a good one. I'd like to see Ayala beat her. I'll be cheering her on, but I think Zheng will win.
Yeah, very
Paolini, Noskova, Vekic.
Yep.
Vekic got a nice draw.
Yeah, this is a good draw.
Svitolina,
Agreed.
Rybakina, Ostapenko, Kostyuk, Iga, Miroslav. I mean, that whole bit on this, because they're such good players, it picks for itself.
That whole middle section.
I believe the second round of the top part of the draw, you're just going to see a lot of the big favourites winning.
Yeah, and then the third round is when we're going to get all the big matchups.
And then the third round is going to be massive matchups.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Qualifier, I'll have beaten Volynets.
Sierra,
I'll have her going through again. I'll have Kasatkina going through. I'll have Osaka going through again as well.
Yep.
Mukova to knock out Sakari.
If she's not injured.
Yeah, it's a big if these days. I'll have Avanesian knocking out Mertens.
No, I'm going to go Mertens.
Mertens
Great
is.
opportunity for Jabeur Vondrausova, by the
I'll
way.
go Jabeur. I'm going to go with.
I'm going to have Vondrausova.
It's a bit of a weird section, this one. I mean, you see the level, like, is gradually just going
Well, we're
down
getting
and
towards the
down.
bottom.
Yeah. Pagula's got a great section. I'm sorry. It's a chance. I'll have Keys to beat Bolter, Kenin to beat Azarenka, Haddad Meyer to beat Urbino, Navarro. Yeah, all of this section. It's wide open down the bottom. Kudermetova or Krejcikova.
Yeah, I've got different players to you here, by the way.
I'm gonna
I'm going to go Navarro to beat Parry, Kudermetova to beat Maria, Alexandrova to beat thing, and then Kalinskaya to beat Cartel.
Yeah, I feel that the seeds are quite strong. That's on the surface, and the non-seeded players are a bit weak. So I think we will see a lot of seeds in that third round. So let's go back to the top again. Right, this is where we start to get a little bit tougher.
We're making
Sabalenka,
some big decisions now. And this one, you can make a case for Collins to knock out Sabalenka
do you reckon?
because Saba could be off her game at this round, at this stage. She might not be fully there. She could have a little wobble. Collins is solid. She's a good player, man.
Yeah, not for me though. Against Saba, she's never beaten her in 7 matches they've played, so I don't think it's going to start here. Saba probably looking at this tournament thinking I've got no better opportunity to win Roland Garros this year. So
I'll have Saba too.
yeah, I think we've got. I'm gonna have Towson knocking out
Yep.
Anisimova. I'll have
Same.
Schneider Samsonova. I'm gonna go Schneider.
Yep, definitely.
Stearns versus Kim Won-jung. Ooh, I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kim Won-jung.
Yep, we've got exactly the same. Pavlini to beat Noskova and
Yeah.
Svitolina to beat Vekic.
God, surely we can't have this the same as well. I think it will be though. I don't think you. These are all informed players that we're talking about at the moment.
Doesn't mean that though.
Well, this could be where it changes.
This is a bracket decider.
We got Rybakina versus Yelena Ostapenko, and I'm struggling to even remember when they even last played. To be honest, these two, they played 2 years ago. Was the last time they played. Rybakina beat her. She's actually won.
Anything. Doesn't mean anything in this situation. I don't think.
She's won their only ever match on clay, if that means anything. But
I'm going Rybakina.
I think she probably would beat her. She's in good form as well. I'm going to go with it as well, which is probably, I say music to Iga's ears, probably isn't music to her ears. Someone we didn't speak about in the draw reaction was Marta Kostyuk, possibly being on Iga's list as well. Could that be the banana skin out of anybody? We didn't even mention Marta Kostyuk.
I think Iga beats Kostyuk.
Yeah, I mean, an old Kostyuk, I wouldn't even give her a hope, but this latest version looks really good. She's been challenging Saba
Good
quite.
pick for top 10.
I've seen good things from her last year. I thought that she looked like she really improved with her mentality on a tennis court, and that was the main reason I picked her for top 10. Am I brave enough to do this? I might go for it. And I might say Marta Kostyuk knocks out Iga.
Yeah, I was tempted.
I might go for it. I'm going to go for it. Everybody's going to be shouting. I can hear everybody shouting already at the screen like, idiot. There we go. That's it. I'm going to go Mila Andreeva on the next one.
To beat Sierra. Good tournament for Sierra for both of us.
What about this
I'll have Kasatkina beating Osaka.
I'm going to keep going with Osaka. Am I mad?
To beat Mertens.
Yeah, Mukova as well. I think this is where it gets a bit dodged down here.
Pagula.
Yeah, it could be anyone. But yeah, I'm going Pagula as well. Kenin or Keys?
Keys is a better player.
She is, but not on clay.
she's going to win, I
I'm
think.
going Kenin, then we're going to have completely different brackets in
At
the
the bottom,
women's.
for sure.
Haddad
Navarro
Meyer.
to beat Baptiste.
I'm going to have Navarro to beat Haddad Meyer here.
Alexandrova to beat Kudermetova.
Krejcikova, yeah, I think her time's up now.
Probably not that different then.
And then Kalinskaya, Goff, I'll have Coco Goff from the bottom. That'd be a close match, though. All the way to the top again. Who have you got? You got Towson and Saba?
Yep, I'm going to go Saba to beat Towson.
Yep, agreed.
Schneider to knock out Zheng.
Not for me. I think it's going to be Kim Win-jung. We're going to get the Saba Zheng again.
I'm going to have Paolini knocking out Svitolina.
Agreed. I think we had that fairly recently as well, didn't we? So moving down, Rybakina versus Kostyuk.
I've got Rybakina Iga. I'm going to have Rybakina knocking out Iga.
And I think Rybakina will probably beat Kostyuk as well. I think she's got too much power for her. Moving down.
This picks itself. Mirandreeva.
Yeah, to knock out Osaka here for me.
Pegula.
Mukova, maybe.
No,
just pushing her through this draw. Kenin Navarro. I'll go with Navarro, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I think it's wise.
And then Coco Gauff. Coco's draw is not bad at all, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. There's some good players, but no one who's really like crazy good on this surface. So we've got Sabalenka on. Well, for me, I've got Sabalenka versus Kim Win-jung as my quarterfinal. You got Diana Schneider.
Same result as you though, Sabalenka.
I don't know if it is. I'm going to go for Kim Win-jung to knock out Sabalenka.
Again?
Yeah, she's just done it recently. She's going to have a bit of PTSD, I think.
I think Saba, if she plays Zheng, will beat her this time. And I think she'll beat Schneider too. So I'm going to have Saba. I'll go Paolini to beat Rybakina. Picks itself. Seems to always beat her. Has a good head-to-head against her.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think that she manages to like nullify the big serve, doesn't she, with her speed? So I would go the same. Paolini to beat Rybakina, and Mira Andreeva to beat Mukova.
Mira Andreeva to beat Pegula.
Then I've got Navarro Goff at the bottom, which I think it's got to be Goff. Yeah.
So that means I've got a 1-4-6-2.
And I've got what's Zheng 6, or is it what?
No, it can't be 6. Andreeva's 6.
She is. She must be like number 7 then, surely. I can't see where she is in there at the moment. I've lost her.
There she is.
Number 8. There you go. Okay, so sorry, just forgot what seed she was then for a second. So I've got her versus Paolini at the top, and then at the bottom I've got Mila Andreeva and I've got Coco Gauff. So
you've got an 8-4-6-2.
Yep.
We've got pretty much the same bracket aside from Sabalenka.
Yeah.
Are we going to have the same result? I'm having Saba beating Paolini.
I'm going to have Kim Win-jung beating Paolini as well.
So great tournament for Paolini, by the way. If she gets to the semis, she'll be pleased with that.
Yep.
Mira Andreeva, Coco Gauff. I'm going to have Andreeva knocking out Coco Gauff.
Yeah, I feel like I'm thinking the same route as well. So I'm going to be going for Mila Andreeva to knock out Coco Gauff in the semis as well. And I've got a slightly different final to what you have.
So you're going for a final without Saba, Coco Gauff, Iga, Paolini, or Rybakina? Let us know in the comment section if you've got a Roland Garros final this year for the women's without any of them 5 players. I don't think you'll have anyone without that. At least one of them 5.
Well,
although there's probably a lot of people will be going quite big on Mira Andreeva for sure.
Well, Kim Win-jung, she's also been playing very well this year and beating some big players on clay. So she's won, obviously, at Roland Garros before at the Olympics. So she plays well on these courts. So that's what that's what's playing in my mind. I know that she can play and she can play big tennis on these tennis courts. can she replicate it at a slam rather than the Olympics, though? So I've got that as my final. You've got Saba there. You've got Mila Andreeva there. It's a really tough one to pick. But I'm going to go Kim Won-jung to win Roland Garros. It's a bit of a weird one, yeah. I didn't really expect that at the start of this, but yeah, that's the way it's played out.
I'm going for something a bit shocking too. I'm having Mila Andreeva winning Roland Garros. I think she's going to beat Sabalenka in the final and win the tournament. So there you go. We've both got young players winning the tournament. Players who have never won a Grand Slam before. Neither of us going big on Iga. We're both back in the early exit for Iga. She is the second favourite this tournament. The girl who's won it 3 times in the last...
Oh, yeah.
3 in a row. 3 in the last 5 years or whatever. And we're not fancying her. So let us know in the comment section. Do you agree at all with that? In terms of dark horse...
Yeah.
Is there really one for this who I have? What does it have to be? 20 or above?
Yeah, 20 or above. Give us a little one. Just having a look down here.
Well, I don't have anyone going that far.
Yeah, it is. Well, Ostapenko is 21. That might be.
I'm not picking her.
I'll have Marta Kostyuk. There you go. I'll pop her name as my dark horse.
I'm going to go for the Solana Sierra.
Ooh, that really is a proper dark horse. I like that.
That's a proper dark horse. Look out for Solana Sierra, not the crypto. I think she's a good player with a bright future.
Excited.
Like
tell us yours. Well, tell us your dark horse in the comment section below. Tell us your winners as well. Tell us how crazy we are for picking our winners if you have something completely different as well. And yeah, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us a like on the video and hit that bell notification as well.
And remember, you can play along at home, downloading the tennis app, Apple or Android, and join the Game to Love League. We've got over 3,000 people in there. So more the merrier, and see how you could do against us with our predictions. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.